Hello everyone, this is Ninja Girl Sakura1 here, back with another Sailor Moon Crystal episode review. And today we had, of course, Act 21 of 26, Complication, Nemesis. It starts off, of course, with recapping what happened at the end of the last act, with Usagi being taken by Prince Dimando. And at first, we don't see her on the planet yet, we see her having a nightmare of Mamoru with somebody who looks a lot like Chibiusa. Huh. You'll see who that is later. But anyway, when she wakes up, she realizes where she is, and she's in this weird dress, and she instantly starts looking for a brooch, because she knows she needs it, obviously. So, luckily she finds it, like, right under her or something. And then she sees the hologram of her future self, Neo Queen Serenity. And she's kind of, in a way, awed by the hologram. She still kind of can't believe that's actually her, in a sense. But then, Dimando comes in, and is like, I was wondering what you would think of that hologram. And then, using his powers, he forces her to sit down, and he talks to her. And he explains how they didn't like the fact that the new Silver Millennium of Crystal Tokyo, everybody was basically immortal and had such long lives and all that. So, after gaining power from planet Nemesis, they attacked. And when Chibiusa was in danger, as we see in the flashback, Neo Queen Serenity left the palace in search of her daughter. So, that's how she got attacked and put in that crystal and put into that deep sleep. So yeah, that explains a lot. But Dimando also, in this conversation, admits that he kind of fell hard for Neo Queen Serenity when he finally saw her. Because apparently he had never seen her, because she never left the palace, of course. So yeah. And what made him fall for her was her eyes, apparently. And she didn't look at him with pity or anything. She just looked at him with kind of coldness in her eyes. And somehow that made him fall for her, in a sense. So yeah. And he says he doesn't care what form he had Neo Queen Serenity, but he had to have her, and thus, that's why he grabbed Sailor Moon. And he, of course, kisses her. And I thought Usagi was going to slap him, and I was hoping she would, but no, she just shoves him away. But it's enough. And she tries to transform. But of course he reveals that being she is on Nemesis, she cannot. It basically sucked up all of her power. So he just basically leaves her there after that. And Usagi starts thinking to herself that it may not just be Nemesis, that it's kind of her own self-doubt about Mamoru and everything, and Chibiusa. That might be what's mostly causing her not being able to transform. So yeah. But, so she actually does her best to think positively, and that she has to help Chibiusa, and that she is not alone in this situation. She does have her friends, and she has Mamoru and everyone who loves her to give her strength. And by doing this, our three missing sailor soldiers, Sailor Mars, Jupiter, and Mercury, they actually start waking up. And they also try to transform, but the same problem. Because Nemesis basically has taken their energy, they can't. They try. But yeah. But that's pretty much all we see of Usagi in the episode. We then shift focus over to Chibiusa, which, that's fine with me. So, and we basically learn even more of her backstory, basically. And they actually state something that was never once stated in the original anime ever. In the manga, never the anime, and that is the fact that Chibiusa is not as young as she seems. she is in fact 900 years old physically, but she stopped growing at some point. No idea why, and they also reveal, and she kind of revealed it last episode herself, that she actually does not have the power to transform and use a silver crystal. So yeah, I was really hoping they would reveal that. I thought they were supposed to last act, but apparently not. But anyway, yeah, that is the truth. She's actually very old. They don't say exactly what age physically. They don't say what her body age would be. I swear I read somewhere that she stopped growing at the age of 5, but she's actually 900, but I could be incorrect. But yeah. Anyway. We mainly find this out because Luna came up with the idea that, well, Chibiusa is of the bloodline of Silver Millennium, she should be able to use a silver crystal. And that's when King and Damien reveals that she doesn't have powers. So yeah. And then we have a flashback with Chibiusa where we see her just at school, I guess, being horribly bullied by jerks who automatically, for doing that, I already hate them. I don't like people who want to do that to Chibiusa, because she's my favorite. Anyway, but yeah. At school we see those jerks picking on her, saying, well, you're the queen's daughter, use silver crystal. Nah, nah, nah. Just bugging the you-know-what out of her. And of course, making her feel horrible. So I want to throttle those brats. Anyway, but yeah. And we also see her with a flashback back at Usagi's house, with her talking to Luna P and going, huh, is that really my past mom? Or my mom in the past? But she's such a crybaby, and she gets yelled at all the time. And then she goes, just like me. That was adorable. It really was. I love that, because it's so true. They are cut from the exact same mold, but in the best way. That was so wonderful. I love that. But yeah. We then see more of the flashback of her talking with her dad, and after the incident at her school, I think it's her school. And he explains that, well, Usagi, her mother, was a crybaby at one point in her life as well, which is what made her think about her memory in the present with Usagi before. So yeah. She kind of basically started to see that she has a great destiny, it's just not her time yet, in a sense, is what King and Damien was kind of trying to explain to her in that flashback. But she goes back to school again, and we see her still being picked on, and they tell her, well, if you're annoyed or whatever, go use a silver crystal. And that's when we see that she did. She wasn't supposed to, but she went into the Queen's chamber and broke the crystal casing around the Ginzoi shell and took it to try and become a lady or whatever and grow up. And at the same time, Neo Queen Serenity actually came into her room looking for her, and she saw that the silver crystal had vanished. So she continued to go look for her, and that's when the attack from the Black Moon occurred. So that makes Chibiusa just remember again that everything is her fault right now, and she feels horrible about it. So yeah. Now we know. Chibiusa stole the crystal, and it's kind of her fault what has happened. So yeah. Pretty sad. And after that, we see how her and Pluto met. That she was just wandering the castle one day and she happened to cross the door. And we see that Pluto actually knelt before her because she knows of the fact that she is of heritage of the Silver Millennium. And she knows that she is called Small Lady already. So yeah, and that's basically how they become friends. And we see Sailor Pluto tell her about, if you're ever sad, say abracadabra, because it makes things more fun. And she shows her a little magic trick, which is really adorable. And Chibiusa asks, well, can I come back and see you sometime? And Sailor Pluto says, sure, I'll be waiting for you, which makes her happy. And we see that Chibiusa counts Pluto as her one and only friend. So yeah, after lamenting about the truth about her being responsible for what's happened, she decides, okay, I'm going to go see Pluto now. But when she gets there, she sees her with her father and them talking, and she sees Pluto was awful happy around my dad. I thought she was only happy when I would come around. The Pluto I know is usually sad, or at least always has a sad expression on her face. So this upsets her, and she leaves the time key. Or maybe she didn't leave it intentionally, she must have dropped it. But yeah, seeing this, she decides to run off. And when she does, Wise Man approaches her. She's in this unknown space. She doesn't know exactly where, but yeah, Wise Man approaches her nonetheless. And I think he kind of puts her under a spell and makes her basically take his hand and go with him. And that's where the episode ends. So yeah, very good episode. I loved the flashbacks with Chibiusa and learning more of the backstory. And I'm glad they finally put in the fact that she is not just a little kid, she's actually 900. So, yeah, just, this episode was great. I love the fact that we saw her in our present, where Usagi is still her 14-year-old self. I love seeing that scene where she's talking to Lunapede. That was just so adorable. I loved that. It was just so cute. I love that. But yeah, very good episode, and we are getting very close to the end now. It's sad, but we are. And next episode is where things are going to start to go bad. From bad to worse, honestly, I should say. I won't spoil anything, but you will see. Let's just say that little figure who looked like Chibiusa in Usagi's nightmare at the beginning, let's just say there's something more about that. But I will leave it at that. But anyway, yeah, I love this episode. I thought it was really good, and definitely made us understand Chibiusa a lot more. Well, I guess those who don't know her already, it certainly helped. I pretty much know everything about her already from the original, but yeah, very good episode. So, that is my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, next time we'll be at 22, where we shall see what happens. But until then, see you guys later.